Florida gets more hurricanes than any other state in the US, and while St. Johns County hasn't taken a direct hit in a long time, that doesn't mean we're off the hook. The reality is, when you're buying a home here, you've got to factor in storm resistance from day one. But here's the problem: most buyers don't even know what to look for. And by the time the next storm is headed our way, it's too late to go back and ask about the roof or windows. So today, I want to walk you through what actually matters when it comes to storm protection and how to tell if the home you're buying is really ready. If we haven't crossed paths yet, I'm Josh Rogers. I've been a full-time real estate agent for the last 15 years, and I lead the F3 home team right here in St. Johns County. My team and I help families move to the area and find the home that fits their lifestyle, their values, and their long-term goals, not just the square footage. And since storm readiness is a big part of life in Florida, we're always talking with buyers about what to look for and how to avoid surprises. If you're currently researching or planning a move, join my private Facebook group. It's full of families sharing advice, asking questions, and talking about what life here is really like before and after they move. It's a great place to hear real experiences, and I'd love to welcome you in. All right, let's talk about what to actually look for when it comes to storm protection. Let's start with the roof. The roof is your home's first defense against a storm, and in Florida, insurance companies care a lot about it. If a roof is more than 15 years old, it can trigger higher insurance rates or even make your home uninsurable with some carriers. But it's not just about how old the roof is, it's what kind of roof it is. Most homes around St. Johns County have architectural shingles, which are decent in storms. But in some of the higher end or custom neighborhoods, you'll see metal roofs or even tile. Metal roofs tend to be more wind resistant and have longer lifespans, but they also cost more to replace. Even roof shape matters. Hip roofs, which slope on all four sides, hold up better in high winds than gable roofs. It's one of those details a lot of people overlook, but when it comes to your insurance quote and peace of mind, it's worth paying attention to. Next up is windows. If you've ever watched storm footage, you know debris hitting glass is one of the first things to go. That's why impact-rated windows are such a big deal. They're designed to withstand high winds and flying objects, and they can also lower your insurance premium. If the home doesn't have impact glass, it's worth asking whether it comes with hurricane shutters. You'll see everything from accordion style to panel or roll-down systems. Either way, they provide real protection and are a big win during hurricane season. It's not something you want to deal with after closing. This is one of those buy once, cry never types of investments, because when a storm comes, you'll be glad you have it handled. Now, this next one surprises a lot of buyers. Just because you're not buying a beach house doesn't mean flood zones don't matter. FEMA maps parts of St. Johns County into different flood zones, and those designations affect whether flood insurance is required and how much it costs. Flood Zone X usually means insurance is optional, but Flood Zone A, E, or VE almost always requires it if you're getting a mortgage, and flood insurance premiums can swing hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on elevation and lot position. Some of the newer neighborhoods are designed with elevated lots and better drainage, but not all are. So before you get too attached to a backyard with a pond view, make sure to ask your agent to check the flood map. Another thing is the wind mitigation features. After 2002, new homes had to meet stricter standards for wind protection, and that shows up in real, tangible insurance savings. If you're buying new construction or even a home built in the last 10 to 15 years, ask for a wind mitigation report. It's a simple inspection that tells the insurance company exactly what kind of storm protection your home has. Some key things to look for are hurricane straps or clips that secure the roof to the walls, roof sheathing that's nailed instead of stapled, reinforced garage doors. Even the type of roofing underlayment makes a difference. These aren't flashy features, but they show up big when it matters most. Something else to look out for is what the home is made of. In most of St. Johns County, you'll see either wood frame construction or concrete block. Concrete block is common in single-story homes and tends to do better in high wind events. It's strong, dense, and less likely to flex during a storm. Wood frame homes, on the other hand, are still widely used, especially in two-story homes, but some insurance companies see them as slightly higher risk in a wind event. That doesn't mean they're unsafe, but it's another factor to consider when you're comparing two houses that seem otherwise equal. When my buyers are choosing between a block home and a wood frame home, we take everything into account: the age, the codes at the time it was built, the price, and what their insurance quote is actually going to be. I've got a Facebook group where families like yours who are making the move to St. John's and already living there share their thoughts and ask questions. So if moving to St. John's is something you are seriously considering, I'd like to invite you to join my Facebook group and get to connect with other families in the area. I hope to see you there. Now, moving on to the next point. After you've looked at the roof, windows, and elevation, you'll want to pay attention to how the lot itself handles water. This is a smaller detail, but one that makes a big impact. Walk around the outside of the home and pay attention to the grading. Does water flow away from the house? Are there gutters in place? Is the backyard sloped or flat? If the home sits low on the street or in a bowl-shaped lot, that could lead to pooling or drainage issues even in normal rain. Some new communities in St. Johns County were designed with retention ponds and storm drains built into the layout. That's a big plus. But not all builders are equal, and even a brand new home can have drainage concerns depending on how the lot was prepped. So at the end of the day, buying a home in Florida means thinking a little differently. It's not just about curb appeal or kitchen upgrades, it's about how that home is going to hold up when the weather gets real. And honestly, a lot of buyers don't know what they don't know until it's too late. That's why it helps to have someone local who can walk you through what to look for, what to avoid, and how to protect your investment long term. I help families every day buy, sell, and relocate here in St. Johns County. So if you're thinking about making the move and want some help finding the right home for your lifestyle and budget, just shoot me a text and I'll walk you through the whole process and make it easier for you and your family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.